And he was like, well, I'm not going to be this way when I get married. And I was like, that's really interesting. Like, you think we're going to become different people when, like, after that one day when we have that ceremony and exchange rings and we sign a piece of paper? Like, I'm not marrying you for the hope of the man that I think you'll be. I'm marrying you for the man that you are today. So if today I don't think, if I don't, if there are things about you that I don't like that we haven't worked out, today, I'm not going to marry you. And I'm like, so it was in, you know what I mean? Like to him, he was like, well, I'm not going to do this when once we're married. And I was like, but cause in my heart and in my mind, we were already married. Like that's how committed I was. I tell him all the time, and I still maintain that today. I didn't even have to get married. Honestly, we got married because he proposed, and then we were engaged for 3 years. And he finally was like, shouldn't you be planning our wedding? I'm like, no. I'm like, you propose. I'm like, if you want to get married, you better help me. I'm like, this is going to be 50-50. I'm like, I am not going to sit here and plan a wedding like on my own. I'm like, I didn't even need to be married to you. My level of commitment did not change the day after we got married or at the ceremony. So I think that that's interesting. Like, I feel like that was an eye-opening moment in our relationship when he said that. Well, I'm not going to do that once we're married.
Yeah,
I
honestly,
was like, I
if
think that's
we
really
were to
important.
yeah, like if you were my wife, we would not have gotten married. There were so many like so that was a very mature point of view at your age, where you're 25, 26 when you said that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I that would have went right over my head, and you would have been like, Santa, we're not getting married at all. You have too much to work out. You're acting like a child. I'm good.
Hilarious. That's funny. Yeah, you said you literally you had just said something. I can't remember what it is now. It was like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah,
But you
I'm
said
like,
something about like that you said that like to Joanne, that like when you got married, like you didn't quite.
it was the same thing to me. It was the same exact thing. I still went out. I still was partying. I still was coming home like super late. And then when we had our first son, and I was 30 at the time, I was still hosting a lot of like nightclub gigs through work and all that stuff. But I would still go
Yeah.
out, party all day. No, party like all night, sleep all day Saturday, and she had a baby, and we had this child where I wasn't, not that I was like an absentee dad or anything like that, but I didn't understand I wasn't as present. I wasn't as present as I should have been at the time. More so in our first 4 years of marriage. When I
Yeah.
became a dad, it all started to change. But I will say, going back, and I still tell it to this day, I go, the only thing I wish I could go back, I wish I could have been more present when we first got married, because I feel like there were so many moments as a young married couple that would have been amazing to experience with you at the time if I was more present and more there. And I get emotional, and she gets emotional thinking about it. And she has said to me that, well, at least I'm present now, because sometimes it doesn't always go that way, where things start off great in the beginning and then they start to fade out. I feel like I've gotten better as the years go on, and I feel like I'm still getting better as like a husband and a dad and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But looking back, I wasn't great at
Oh,
all.